Moses, one game under your belt with your new summer league team, the Toronto Raptors. First off, I'd like to get your impressions of the style of play being asked of you with this group.
Just definitely being an anchor on defense, making sure my voice is heard, making sure I'm locked into the coverages and defending the rim mostly. If I get that done, I think the sky's the limit for us. Just being solid defensively and making sure we're getting out in transition because defense creates offense.
You focus on defense, obviously. That's a big key with this organization. But on offense, you've got an interesting point guard in Marquise who found you a couple times on some no-looks. How much easier does he make the game for you?
Man, he makes the game so easy. Just all I have to do is get his guy out the way, making sure I'm screening and setting solid screens, getting his guy over the top and just rolling. He's making it really easy for not only me to score, but he's getting my other teammates involved because if I roll, corner guy drops in and then, they get the three. So we've been doing good with that. And plus I've been playing with Marquise for a long, long time. So I knew him almost forever.
Where did you first encounter Marquise?
New York playing AAU. We played on New Heights for a little while, and we played. Actually encountered him before that. I was playing on another AAU team when I was in sixth grade, and he was too. And I remember his team just always blowing everybody out. And then we finally got together around eighth grade, and we just used to ride out to Jersey every day and play.
So were you a big fan of his college run? Were you watching him last year?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was watching that. Me and my friends were watching that. Just being like in the restaurant watching, Marquise, just cheering him on, and everybody from New York is so happy for him. I am too. So.
Speaking of your own journey, what kind of things are you trying to solidify or show organizations, including the Toronto Raptors, as you try to, finalize a roster spot at the big level?
Just that I'm a reliable presence, like defending the rim. Nobody should be able to get any layups on me. I feel like as long as I'm in the game, they won't be able to get any layups. I'm just going to be a presence inside, along with my finishing, along with my speed. I'm just such an asset to any team.
How has your experiences across the league even translated to the summer league?
It's a lot different. This is my first time actually playing in summer league. I was in summer league before, but I didn't play. So this is my first time actually playing and being out here in this atmosphere on the court, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I've been in a lot of training camps. I've been with a few teams throughout the season, but summer league is just like where you get to work on your game. You get to show all 30 teams what you got, and it's just a great experience and opportunity.
And kind of just bouncing off the Marquise conversation that you just had, what about Marquise, or I should say, when did you think that he was going to be something special, like even making it undrafted and onto a summer league roster on a two-way?
No, Marquise was always nice though. Like everybody in New York know Marquise. Like since probably like fifth grade, he was probably the best guard in the city. So we always knew he was going to be nice. It's just a matter of when. That's it.
And then you also mentioned your defense could sometimes trigger your offense, but if it's a bit more of a fun question. What do you prefer? Do you prefer going up for a block or going up for a dunk?
I like going for the block, and then I get the block into the fast break. The guy pushes it up the court, and I'm like the first guy down, and I get the dunk. So like the whole sequence.
You're being greedy. You want both.
All right, Ron, year two, how does your role change being, oddly enough, a vet with the Summer League squad?
Right, I was just talking about that the other day. It feels like I'm a vet compared to all these other guys. But, last year I walked in the Summer League and I did a lot of learning, and I wasn't very vocal. This year, a whole new staff. I did a lot of learning, but at the same time I reciprocated it to the guys. And this may be their first Summer League experience because, the guys kind of look at me and a couple other guys, some dudes that have been in the program to, help them out, lend them a helping hand, be vocal, learn the stuff a little quicker. So, I've kind of taken on that leadership role as well.
How much easier is it the second time around? What are the things that you're looking at as ways that things you've kind of experienced that you can kind of use as wisdom?
You kind of know what to expect when you go out there year two. Year one I went out there and I wasn't really sure, what I was going to get out of it, how I was going to do. But now, I go out there, I play freely, I play loosely, and, it's just something I try to tell the other guys, tell the rookies, Marquise, Grady, just go out there, have fun, play loose, it's Summer League. Let's go out there, let's get a win, let's play together.
And now it's, of course, the Coach Darko era. Have the expectations of you in your journey in player development changed? What are the conversations you've had with the coaching staffs in terms of how they expect you to respond, or what are the things they want to see you hit while you're out here?
They want to see me shoot the ball well. They want to see me be a leader. They want to see me take on some of the responsibilities that I did when I was with the 905 last year. I feel like this is a great platform for me to do it out here, Vegas, for Summer League. And I feel like yesterday I did a pretty good job of that. I'd like to play better, but I know it's a long Summer League. So Coach Darko always tells us to win the day. We came in here today, watched film, got on the court, got better. So I feel like we won the day.
What was your focus going into this year's summer league, even just after the regular season for the Raptors was done?
I just wanted to come out here and be a leader. I knew I was going to be kind of looked at as a vet. Oddly enough, it only being year 2, but at summer league, it's a lot of guys. It's their first experience, so I knew I had to come out here with a chip on my shoulder, go out there, try to help my team win, do all the right stuff, and set an example for the guys. So that's kind of something I've been trying to work on.
What's the biggest difference between Ron Harper this year as opposed to last year, both professionally and personally?
Professionally, I feel like I'm a lot more confident this year than I was last year. When you first get into the NBA, you kind of just like feeling things out. Now I'm way past that. I'm just trying to run through a wall. You feel me? So, exactly. Personally, I don't know, man. I've been a Canadian boy for a year, so probably that's what's changed within a year.
And then actually, I just want to ask about kind of on a more physical standpoint, like what has been the goal body-wise? Has it been to become more like agile on the court, faster, stronger? What has been that perspective of training?
We try to hit every aspect of that. Coach John Lee does a great job, with me, personalizing my workouts. Even when I go home, I got stuff to do. But trying to hit all those thresholds and strength, speed, agility, all of those. So him and the rest of the performance staff have been doing a really good job with that with me all summer.
All right, Coach, you got a chance to go through the film, so now we'll follow up. What were the big takeaways for you from your group?
I'll start with this, but I don't know if you guys remember this yesterday. I said the players say, ball doesn't lie, and coaches say, we're walking to film today, and as we're walking over there, Marquise is like, film doesn't lie. Kind of beat us to it, sort of thing. So pretty much what we thought, what we expected from live play yesterday. The rebounding piece, the turnovers, our offensive execution, the details, the pace of play, us running the floor on makes and misses, sort of thing. And I got to help them with that. We did some good things defensively at times too. And Darko told the group this. I think I had us for 10 or 12 really good defensive possessions, just unable to, sustain it and fulfill it on the glass, which we paid a heavy price for. So we watched it on the film. It was an emphasis and focus for our group today throughout practice, which they were really good energy. And as I mentioned yesterday, hopefully some good carryover.
A lot of pressure put on young players like Grady Dick, Victor Wembanyama when you talk about their debuts. And a lot of times you're playing with guys who you aren't completely familiar with. So how much do you hold against them the fact that, you kind of play to the competition that's around you, whether you understand what your teammates' tendencies are? And do you factor that in when you look at their individual performances?
Yeah, we just kind of look at it like there's a path for everybody individually. It's going to take time. As much as they want to play well, everybody wants them to play well, not make mistakes, not miss a shot. Those competitors that they are, they're the same way. We just look at it, game by game, moment by moment. How can we grow? How can we develop? Let's take the good and the bad. And there was actually, Grady didn't shoot the ball stat-wise really was there, but we liked his aggressiveness in terms of trying to get shots, hunting shots. I think he had missed one. Very next possession, he made the corner three. There was no hesitation. That's part of the process too. And we're much more about the process than looking at the result. Again, it's about winning and playing the right way. And again, we did some good things. We just want to try to do more of them and sustain our play better tomorrow.
Moses is a guy who's trying to fight to solidify his role in the NBA. Your thoughts on what he brought to the table? Because when we talked to him, he said all the right things about starting on the defensive end and really looking for other guys to create that offensive momentum for him, like the connections he had with Marquise.
Yeah, he knows what he needs to do, and he saw it today individually. We saw it as a group, not just him, but our team. It's going to start on the defensive end for him. It's going to be this communication. It's going to be getting out of his comfort zone, getting up a little higher on the pick and rolls. And then as a group, when we get fatigued, can we push past hard, sort of thing. And he had some hands on some basketballs yesterday. One hand that we kind of lost. We need two hands, the details. That's part of execution and purpose as well. And he knows that, and he wants to play better. Our group wants to play better. We expect to do so tomorrow.
Ron mentioned he wasn't happy about, I guess the numbers from his first game, but the body language is positive, and he seemed like he felt like he fit into what you guys wanted to accomplish. What's your expectations for a guy like Ron, who's oddly enough a vet with this group here in Summer League?
Yeah, we actually, even after the game, we thought this as a staff, and then after watching the film, we did a lot of good things. I think as a group, we're trying to, you mentioned figuring each other out. We were very Marquise-driven in terms of having the ball in his hands, very pick-and-roll driven. I think something we did a little bit in the second half was getting Ron downhill off of dribble handoffs. Is trying to find a little bit more of that for him, to have him be aggressive. He made all the right reads. I think he had a pass to the roller. He scored once, threw it back. Marquise had hit a three. So those types of things. And then I really liked his defensive disposition. Thought he was aggressive. He was physical. We watched some of our missed helps today, which everybody was a part of as a group. But I think to your point, his mentality and his approach right now has him on the path to continue to grow, continue to get better, which we're excited about as well.
You know, you talk about Ron Harper obviously being a senior on this team technically, but so is David Johnson. What are his expectations on this Summer League roster?
Yeah, I think for our whole group, and David, you know, he got a short window yesterday, you know, in the group. But the great thing about him was came back today, was, you know, super sponge-like into the film, asking questions, into practice, leadership. You know, obviously being around this organization and stuff, you know, he has a pretty good feel of the work and the things that it takes. So we expect him, all of our guys, and Darko mentioned this, right? We have 16 guys, you know, on the team. We can't play 16 guys a day, but their number's going to be called at some point in time. That's what they're being evaluated on, not just by our organization, but by 29 other teams, you know, sort of thing. And I loved our team spirit yesterday. As I mentioned in the game, we didn't let go of the rope. We hung around, and David's part of that as well. And we're excited to watch him over the next couple of weeks and continue to play and get better with our group.
Of course, you want to see players kind of learn and grow in Summer League, and there's a certain level of expectations of everybody. But do you feel like Marquise potentially succeeded expectations yesterday, or he met expectations, even just going into his first Summer League game? Were you expecting that at all?
Yeah, I don't think we really, our group as a whole, organizationally, who had these expectations. Let's grow, let's develop. You know, as I mentioned yesterday, he's got a swagger and flair to his game, which is fun, it's exciting, it brings great spirit to our group. But there's also things, too, in terms of the details that we can do better when they were trapping him on pick and rolls, making the easy pass, simple pass, stuff that he watched, that he saw today, that he talked about. We had a team thing last night, and he came over and had a play that we were discussing. You know, in that moment, he's thinking the game, he's thinking about winning, which is a character in itself that, you know, we love, that we're excited to have him here about.
What's unique about the culture of this group together? Now that you guys have been together for a few days now, like what stands out to you about, you know, just what these guys are bringing?
Yeah, I would say two things, and it's hard when you bring a group together in a short time frame. They don't know each other, maybe know each other from afar. I'll say the competitive spirit of our group has been high all the way through today. And then I would just say the second thing is, like, we don't really have anybody that's like, it's going to be me, you know, sort of thing. I think guys, when they come to Summer League, might be like, hey, if I get 20 or if I do this, you know, it will work out for me. I think our guys are really trying to do what we're asking them to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we feel like, again, if we stick with the process and we get better, we win each day, it will give us a chance going forward.